Yeah.
Awesome.
You're live.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to D&D&D&D&D campaign number 2 of Black Ink and Blue Blood. When we last left off on Black Ink and Blue Blood, the party reached the end of their march. Reached the end of their march of the Autumnfall territories, accompanying the Queen as she marches her militia to the aid of Queen Autumnfall, the Queen of Sorcerers, who stands alone against Governor Barbarous and his marauding conquistadors. As the party reach the war front, they find that the Autumnfalls have put up a stalwart defense. The mining company town of Shnikos stands on the Tieshan Mountains, overlooking the pass that provides the only way in and out of Barbarous' territory by land. And with their magical defenses, the Autumnfalls' thankfully defensible position, and their ability to overlook all travel in and out of the pass, means that the Autumnfall defensive front is surprisingly secure as you arrive there, and it is business as usual in the mining town. Tuco, since you were not here last time, I will fill you in. You and the party find themselves in the Autumnfall city of Shnikos, on the eastern front of the kingdom. It is a former mining, just simple company mine shaft that was bought out by the Queen and now acts as an official city of the kingdom. However, it's more of one of those Fordlandia work towns where the mages who find their talents in the creation and building of things, artificers and the like, make their way here to produce weapons and other necessary industrialized items for the greater Sorcerer Kingdom. And as about a little over half the party split off to explore and do some purchasing, Tuco, you, Caro, and Zephyr, I believe you went with those who were shopping, correct?
No.
Okay, I was thinking of Caleb, so. Zephyr, Caro, and Tuco, as everyone else heads deeper into Shnikos to explore the shops, as Sundragon mentioned a few interesting trinkets that can be found in the city. The three of you make your way further up the Tieshan Mountain, thousands of feet in the air, as you head through the city to try and find a place to stay and for the party to put up for the night before, unless plans change, you've all more or less agreed that in the morning you shall venture out into the land of Yav alone and head south so that Caleb may enact his plan and, if all goes well, inherit his birthright. Or, at the very least, his adopted right, at any rate. And that is where we pick up. As the three of you make your way through Shnikos, as mentioned, it's a relatively well-off and comfortable place. At least if you can tolerate the, let's call them, eccentric building decisions. Everything here is dedicated so much to smithing, to metallurgy, to all sorts of crafting, that the air of the city always has this kind of permanent layer of soot and thickness to it. Tuco, you can see that this kind of perpetual smoke cloud rises from the city, a combination of the fumes produced by factories and the train, the Tieshan Express, which currently sits in the station, presumably refueling and dropping off passengers and accepting others. As you guys make your way to about the mid-tier of this industrial city, the three of you find that where there was a simple staircase leading up the mountain into the city itself, the actual upper tier where most of the residential areas appear to be. Um, you can see even higher up the mountain. No obvious way up. The train does not appear to go up there, and there are no stairs. However, Tuco, you do spot a set of these kind of winching primitive elevators that you guys had seen on the way in. And up close, it appears that they're kind of perpetually in motion, operated by some goggled and outfitted operators at the base and peak of the mountain, which continuously winch people up and down as needed. And the three of you are currently on the lower tier, but as far as you know, the more comfortable areas to stay for the night would be higher up the mountain. What would the three of you like to do?
All right. So Tuco and no, Tuco's at the doing shopping, right?
No, Tuco, Caro, and you are together at the. It was Lucian, Caleb, and what's his who went shopping.
Okay. So he's, I guess, need a place to stay. So where shall be some inns that we can look for? I'm gonna look for an inn. Hopefully nothing too fancy.
Right. Make an investigation check.
Investigation. Okay. 17.
Zephyr, you kind of look around, and while you can't see it super well this high up the mountain, you do get a decent view of the city below you. And as you kind of survey everything, you are able to make out one building that doesn't appear to be. While it is producing smoke, it's not as thick and foul and cloying as some of the others. And amongst these spiderweb-like streets of various foundries and warehouses, you actually can make out a large and relatively comfortable-looking building that does not appear to be for any industrial use, and you imagine is, if not a full-on inn, then at the very least some form of lodge. However, with a good investigation check, I will point out that you can see if you take the winches to get up to the peak of the mountain, that area, as you spotted when you came in, appears to be the residential area. So you'd imagine you'd quite possibly be able to find some lodging there as well. Although I will say, you think that if you could find one below the winch level of the mountain, you could probably get a place to stay for cheaper, albeit less comfortably. Also, Austin, you're again little breathing into the mic, bud.
Yeah, it's. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Stop breathing. It's easy.
Yeah.
It'll be very easy after the first minute.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have a plan to get a new. Fix my. It depends on the person how big your lungs are. I have plans to fix my on my studio microphones, but cheaper or.
I'm just gonna look this up because I feel like that would get me on another watch list.
How long can you breathe the water?
No, I was gonna look up how long does it take for someone to suffocate.
Oh, well, that's not a big deal. No big deal. It just means you want to kill someone, or you want to suffocate someone.
Yeah. When the need arises.
Yeah. But
We've all had that moment.
I guess I will look to Tuco and Kara and be like, alright. I guess do you want what are your opinions? Cheaper or I guess more lucrative?
What would the difference be?
Yeah, I'm not really predisposed to anything.
Well, I mean I would say cheaper, but I'm assuming one's more comfortable than the other. That'd be the only thing I could really say the difference. But
I feel like we'd be okay. We've been in worse.
alright. Okay, Zephyr will shrug and start heading towards the cheaper end. Or what seems like a cheaper end.
Matt.
Rip.
Oh no.
DM down. Okay, now we have to go rogue.
Go rogue.
Oh no, we got enough rogues. You're fine. Sorry, I was trying to hit the button to unmute, but I guess I literally hit the exact wrong one. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I was going to say that you guys make your way away from these heavily trafficked winches and begin making your way further down the Tieshan Mountain, deeper into...
Wait, there's wenches.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
And make your way deeper in. Passing through cobweb-like streets of warehouses and manufacturing plants, surrounded by the sound of clanging hammers meeting anvils and boiling water and the smell of industry. Zephyr, you eventually, heading down the mountain and then up a kind of small, more practical set of stairs, you find kind of off nestled into its own little corner. It stands out enough for you to recognize it, but you estimate someone could easily miss it if they didn't know where they were going. You see a large, semi-comfortable looking building with, unlike before, no particularly foul odor coming out of it. Or rather, the foulness is less the form of soot and ash and more in the form of alcohol and various other intoxicants, which is a better smell if you have to sleep there than something that's going to actively choke you to death. You see people kind of flicking in and out, and painted on the front doorway, acting as a sign, you see the sigil of a wide, grinning face, smeared with black, almost giving it like a kind of like a Joker smile if it was black instead of red. And a sign with this symbol hanging in front of the door says the Ashmouth Lounge.
Well, I guess let's gonna head inside.
All right. Kato and Tuco, do you follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okie doke. As the three of you head inside, led by Zephyr, you see the interior is pretty comfortable looking. There's these about 20 or so round tables scattered around, almost the kind of look of poker tables. Caro, you can see a stage in the far back with a piano currently in place, being played by a half-elven gentleman. various barmaids tend to customers around the tables. Zephyr, you notice a good chunk of them appear to be gnomes, interestingly. And you see several chandeliers hung somewhat recklessly by ropes from the ceiling. And Caro, your attention is drawn to a very long bar that wraps around the entire right side of the building, with two hatches that presumably allow those working there to get in and out. And currently standing behind it is a somewhat odd-looking fellow. They appear to be human, although you can't see their ears, so there's some elvish descent is certainly possible. Their eyes are dark and beady and kind of perpetually squinting. Their hair is fairly long and kept into dreadlocks, fairly kind of dark brown, almost black hair, wrapped out of the way by a red bandana that presumably keeps the hair out of people's drinks. And various rings adorn their fingers, and medallions and other accoutrements bedeck their dreadlocked hair. They're wearing a lot of heavy, almost ashy-looking makeup. Their skin is heavily tanned and weathered. And Zephyr, you think you can see the hint of tattoos lining their wrist. Their clothes are very simple breechcloth, although they are wearing a fairly heavy and weathered-looking leather apron. And as the three of you enter, they give a kind of saluting wave, and they give you a grin, and you can see, Tuco, that they have several gold teeth as they give you a smile. And welcome to the Ashmouth Lounge, friends. What can I do you for?
We need a room.
All right, a room I can do. And they start rifling behind the bar, and as they're doing so, they kind of give the three of you a nod. And all together, or one for each of you?
I'll have one my own.
Yeah, I want my own as well. Unless you want to share, little girl.
I usually share with Lucian.
Ah, well, okay, then I'll share the room with you.
We're all here.
No, those who went out shopping have not gotten here yet. And he gives a nod, and after a bit of consideration, 1 silver per room, then.
Tempted, but not worth it.
I'll hand him the silvers.
Yeah.
He takes 2 silvers from you, Caro, and with a gold-toothed grin, they give a waggle of their fingers, and you watch as they don't even visibly pocket the coins. They just sleight of hand them up their sleeves and kind of wiggle their fingers at you playfully, clearly indicating they meant for you to see it and are just kind of playing with you. But they kind of lean forward at the three of you, and he starts distributing 1 to you, Caro, and 1 to you, Zephyr, these small, kind of rusted black keys. And rooms are upstairs. Yours will be at the end of the hall, Lizard, and you two's second on the left. And if I may be so bold, you 3 look like a well-traveled sort.
Indeed.
I guess that depends on your definition, but sure.
He gives you a smirk, and well, as it happens, I find myself in the market for exotic trinkets for travelers such as yourself. Is there anything you have on you that you're interested in not having on you any further? If that being the case, I'd be happy to pay you for anything interesting.
I mean, nothing that I feel like you need, nor do I have any interest in selling.
Yeah, I don't really got much.
Suit yourselves, friends. Offer stands, as long as you're staying here. Food will be served whenever I feel like it. I'll come and get you. For now, you make yourselves comfortable, and, shall I be expecting any more?
Not sure about
Eh, maybe? I don't know.
He kind of taps his, somewhat dirty-looking finger on the counter, but eventually gives a shrug and, well, I'm not here to interrogate you. Have a good night. Enjoy the accommodations. And, he gives a smirk and, let me know if you hear anything interesting. I'm dying for some good gossip.
I bet you are.
He smirks at you, and you can see, you hadn't noticed it looking at him from far away, but he does have something of a very pencil-thin mustache that he kind of playfully twiddles the edge of, but eventually kind of waves the three of you off. Is there anything the three of you would like to do notably, or are you just going to head up to your accommodations and get settled in for now?
I think, yeah, he's gonna just simply kind of go to his room, make sure it's secure. Can I just make sure that no one could just come in whenever?
Valid. Kara?
Yeah, she'll go scope out the room. Look around.
Alright. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, 1 second.
Tuco, anything?
I guess, yeah, I just explore the area.
Alright, Kara, roll that with advantage.
$16.
16, nice. Out of curiosity, what was the other roll? Just, again, so I can flavor it.
1. So a 0.
So was that the first or second?
First one.
Alright. Caro, you've you're not really used to these super industrial places. And while the scent of alcohol and other intoxicants does kind of overwhelm the ashy soot smell from outside, you're still not really used to it. You're very much at home in nature, and you find yourself just kind of mostly focused on just breathing and trying to ignore the various wicked smells. As you and Tuco walk around, Caro, you again mostly focused on your breathing. Tuco, as you look around, you initially don't see anything that immediately catches your interest. You can see the half-elf gentleman is playing a somewhat jazzy number on the piano that fills the room. And as you look around, though, one thing does admittedly catch your interest. You can see posted up on the wall next to the stage is a sort of listing that as you kind of skim it, you can see various people have simply penned their names in. You're not obviously sure what it's for, but you can see today's date and a almost like colorful icon of a spilling tankard. and you notice next to everyone's name is an amount of money scratched next to it. All the handwritings are different.
Huh. Well, I guess he'll investigate it.
All right. Caro, as you're catching your breath and clearing some of the ash from your lungs, you turn to see Tuco kind of looking over this strange listing curiously. Zephyr just quietly slipping upstairs to head to their room. And as the two of you look it over, you can hear the heavy boot steps of the bartender who had spoken to you behind you. And he kind of leans into your view, Tuco, his various medallions and jewels clinking as he gives you a smile. Interested in taking place in the liquor pool?
Liquor pool, you say?
I mate, the liquor pool. And he gestures to all the various names. Whoever provides the most money to the challenge gets to work with their comrades in a drinking contest with the second highest donor. Whoever's left unpassed out and unpuked gets a percentage of the coin. And if you win, free drinks.
As someone who is in fact an underling, he is interested and intrigued by this notion of just, after a while, just, yeah, sure, I'll add my name to the pot.
He gives a wide smile and, very well, lad. And you're free to sign up any acquaintances, allies, or other associates of yours and work as a team.
Hey, Caro, you any good at drinking? Or
Yes.
you legal to drink?
Also, yes.
Alright, good. Yeah, sure, me and the frog girl will enter.
And what's the bet you're willing to contribute?
I forget. How much money does he have?
At the moment, you have quite a bit, given that you just did all that treasure hunting. You currently have 1,004 gold and 5 silver.
1,004 gold and 5 silver?
Yes.
I thought I had 2,000. Or maybe I messed that up. I could have sworn I had, like, more than that. Because I know I had more.
Odd. Well, we'll come back, but either way, you have a pretty good amount. And I'll say, since you got a decent enough investigation, you can see that the current highest bid is 50 gold.
He'll just to be a cheeky bastard, he'll just do 50 and then add a 1 to it.
All right, 51 gold contributed to the liquor pool. He kind of quirks a brow, but gives a nod and, welcome to the liquor pool, mates. Contest starts in a few hours. Rest up and empty your stomachs of their contents, as you'd likely as not want to empty them all over my tables. See you in a few hours, mates. And he clicks his tongue and gives you a wink. And with a spin of the heel, start to kind of slightly drunkenly sway their way over to another part of the bar to take orders and serve drinks and the like. Anything else from the two of you, or are you content to chill and wait for this liquor pool contest to begin?
I'm going to wait.
Keto?
I'll wait too.
All right. With the two of you signed up for this odd contest, Zephyr, up in your room with some quiet and privacy, we turn our attention not too far, just down the road a ways and up some stairs. The rest of our party, Caleb, Lucian, and What's-His, just coming out of the old gnomish man's shop with a few new oddities in tow. As you make your way along, what would all of you like to do?
Aggie, didn't you say that you had some shopping to do?
She kind of glances at you, and after a bit of thought, kind of mulling it over, gives something of a shrug, and mostly just got to pick up supplies, but I'm planning to head out to try and find where Queen Autumnfall is soon. She, not the kind of woman you want to keep waiting, as you've probably picked up.
Yeah, she kind of like looks around a little bit. She's like, "Are you leaving like now?"
She kind of raises a brow and, well, I'm going to be staying in the city, at least for a while. At least until the Queen gives me a place to march. But, I mean, once I finish showing you guys around, I figured... And she kind of does that rolling of the hands, like almost expecting you to auto-complete the thought.
Well, I was just gonna hang out with you until we leave, if that's okay.
She kind of gives a shrug and can't promise it'll be all that interesting, but sure, go nuts. And she turns to What's-His and Caleb. What are the two of you planning to do?
What time of day is it?
It's about midday. After the afternoon sun is just kind of reaching its reaching almost its exact middle. You'd estimate it's about almost exactly noon.
Lucian knows exactly what time it is.
It is noon.
It's high noon.
I mean, yeah, actually.
Caleb is just like, I don't really have anything to do. I'm just waiting for us to leave.
She kind of nods, understanding, and, well, feel free to look around, I suppose. There's a place just down the road there. In a couple hours, the workers are going to go on break, and they do some fun drinking games down that way. If you want something to do for the afternoon.
That could be fun.
Yeah, look for the building that has this kind of ashy smile sign out front. Bartender's a personal friend of mine. He'll hook you up.
Okay.
Yeah, Watsis usually likes to do those kinds of things.
Then she thinks for a moment, and I suppose I'll show you guys to the place before I take off to do some shopping. Lulu, if you want to follow me around, feel free, but like I said, no promises of excitement. Not planning to get into any fights here. Not when I have to stay here for a while. She kind of gives a smirk.
Well, yeah, I think I'd like some time alone with you, if that's okay.
She kind of gives a shrug and, all right. Well, the rest of you follow along this way. And she starts just tromping off down the road to lead you guys onwards. Taking you down the road through the webway of streets and alleys, she eventually takes you to the aforementioned Ashmouth Lodge, and giving a smile and giving that almost like it is almost in the hands of anyone else ladylike as she opens the door and bows to all of you to allow you entry.
I'm into
As
it.
the three of you as the three of you enter, you find that again the place is fairly cheery. While Zephyr's nowhere to be found, given that both of them do admittedly stand out, the three of you can immediately spot Tuco and Caro sitting at a table across the bar. And Caleb, you see the dreadlocked man currently on the other side of the bar, just going around and distributing drinks. And he turns to look at all of you with these very, very full of colorful liquids bottles, like kind of twirled between his fingers, like 2 bottles in each hand. And he gives you all a slightly drunken smile and gestures with his arms. Welcome!
I give Caro a little wave and wave to Tuca as well.
Welcome to my... Caro, as you return the wave, the bartender pipes up. Welcome to my humble busyness. What can I do the three of you for? And he kind of squints a little bit. 4 of you. What can I do the 4 of you for?
I'll kind of gesture to What's-His. He heard about your drinking games, so we thought it would be okay for us to come by.
Ah, you're here to enter the liquor pool. Well, good timing. We start in a couple hours. Feel free to add your names to the list, but the bids are getting high. If you want to place in the final contest, recommend you start emptying your pockets.
I'll look to Agnes. Are you going to play?
She kind of rubs the back of her head nervously and grins. I really probably should stay sober to go meet the queen. She's going to be mad enough that I'm showing up when I am. If I show up drunk on top of that, I'm never going to hear the end of it. And Caleb, as you pipe up to ask your question, the bartender gives a nod over their shoulder. You want a place in the contest? At the moment, you're going to have to bid 52 gold.
Well, let's see. How much gold do I have?
But others can still bid, right?
Indeed they can, lad. But I'm not planning to take a single coin out of your pocket until you actually get into play. At which point, though, your coin is forfeit, as is your livers. But you can play on a team, so if you need to split the coin twixt the 3 of you, then by all means.
I don't think that's necessary. Can somebody tell
Suit
me
yourself,
how much
lass.
money I have?
I got you.
Yeah,
Caleb
D&D
will pull
Beyond
out-
is still not letting me log in.
Is that
Go ahead, Caleb.
52 gold? Is-
Yeah, 52.
Caleb's gonna pull out 100 gold.
He kind of
What do I get
grins
if I win?
excitedly. You get your money, the money of the other player who bet against you, and if you win, free drinks for the night.
Yeah, we're only gonna be here for a night, so that's fine.
In that case, I'll add your name to the liquor pool, lad. And he pulls a quill from his belt, and but as he starts to make his way across the bar, Are the of you elves gonna be playing with them, or is this a one-man show sort of thing?
How much money do I have?
Well, Caleb's already paid your teams in, so it's just a matter of if you
okay.
want to join or not.
Yeah, Caleb won't stop you.
When do
To
you
add
guys?
more money.
When does the competition start?
Starts in 2 hours, love.
I'll look to Agnes. That should be more than enough time to go out and then come back, right?
She kind of rolls her eyes a little bit, but smiles to you playfully and tousles your hair. Sure thing. I'll make sure to send you back on your way before you miss it.
My hair poofs.
Alright, she's in. Alright, looks like we're looking forward to a 2v2 showdown. This is going to be interesting. Oh, speaking of interesting, the set of you wouldn't happen to have any trinkets that you'd be willing to part with, would you? See, I'm in the market, as it were, for shinies and other accoutrements from outside the town, and you look like a well-traveled sort that's no stranger to interesting findings. Daft Punk Lou.
I actually have no idea what's in my inventories.
I mean, you don't have a huge thing. You just got your cookbook, flying broom, pearl of power, your armor. Other than that, you got like basic stuff. Those are like your main things. Technically, you have your diamonds.
Yeah, there's nothing clear about that.
Well, if any of you change your mind, I'm not going nowhere. At least for the time being. And he gives a gold-toothed smile. And if you want a room for the night, it's 1 silver apiece.
Caleb will put up 1 silver.
Yeah, I'll do this over.
Thank you kindly, friends. And as he puts the silver away and begins to distribute the various drinks he had collected around the bar, now that everyone's in the bar together, does anyone have anything they'd like to do before this liquor pool contest begins?
Caleb's just gonna wait.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to do when I have a minute alone with Agnes.
Okay. You said that you had wanted to go out on the town with her before the contest started, so as you guys head out into the city, Caleb and just getting settled in at the bar that they're going to be staying in for the night. Lucian, what do you say?
Okay, I'm going to bring her to like a bench or something and sit her down.
As you just kind of drag her as best you can, given her physique, and sit her down at a bench on the side of the road, she kind of tilts her head and gives you an innocent-looking smile. And I'm not in trouble, am I?
No. I want to preface this with, you don't have to answer now, because we both have, like, a shit ton on our plates. But, she kind of like started, like, kind of out, and she's like,
You're getting a little dad funky there. If you Try to adjust your mic. If you can't, then do it in text.
Hello.
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 So like I said, she stutters a little bit, and then she takes a deep breath, and she says, "You don't have to answer me now, but I would like it if you would be my girlfriend."
Oh, is that it? Okay.
She kind of like, wait, what? Like blue screen on Lucian's face. You can see the equations in her mind.
Yeah, get that dial-up sound going.
Yeah.
I think I have that.
She just like, I was not expecting the answer right away, but okay. Lucian's happy.
Yeah, the two of you just kind of sit in awkward silence for a moment before Agnes is finally the one to break it with, "Well, now that's settled." And stands up, hands in her pockets, and gives you a smile. "I guess try to get back to me in one piece when all's said and done. All right?"
You too. I'm gonna stand up and kind of like close the space between us, and I'm gonna give her a kiss.
Which she returns before parting the distance between the two of you and gives you a smile before turning her hair over her head and shoulder. She beams you a smile before, "All right, Mama's got queen work to do. You should," and she kind of nods her head down the road, "get back to your buds before they start drinking without you."
So fast.
And as she proceeds up the mountain...
I don't know if that did that go
Oh,
through.
what's up?
Did it?
Probably not. What's up?
Oh, I said. She said. She just said, "Go kick some ass."
All right. She gives you a smile and a nod before heading up the mountain as you head down it.
I'm gonna go find Caro.
Lucian, you're pretty close. You can see the Ashmouth lounge in the distance whenever you first start to notice it. The sounds of industry around the city are beginning to slow a little bit. Some places it's outright stopped. And all of you, even those in the bar, hear it as echoing across the city, presumably magical, as Tuco, even you can't imagine an engine that loud. This whistle echoes magically throughout the entire city. And Lucian, you see bright flashes of color in the sky as fireworks are launched. Tuco, your ears kind of twitch as you hear this like uproarious cheer throughout the city, and even those in the bar kind of all like toast their mugs into the air in some unknown to you celebration. And Caro, the half-elf playing the piano, cracks their knuckles and gives a wide grin before switching up from their kind of slow, jazzy numbers they had been playing to this, like, raucous and fast-paced, almost like something between what you would hear in a saloon and what you would hear at a circus. And Caleb, the bartender, raises a half-empty bottle of some alcohol or another and hoists it up into the air and just, All right, you heard 'em, lads. It's break time. And all of the people in the bar cheer and retort, break time! And the people in the tavern immediately begin to shift and move the tables around as the bartender leaps over the side. And Lucian, the streets begin to flood as workers from the various plants and processing areas begin to flood out in droves. You can see people taking off gloves and aprons. Pulling off gloves and aprons, wiping sweat and grease from their faces, smoothing back their hair, as everyone starts filtering from their places of work to either home, or you notice a decent crowd beginning to go the same way as you towards the Ashmouth Lounge. And Lucian, just as you're entering, and Tuco, Caro, Caleb, all of you are able to see this crowd of people with Lucian kind of sandwiched in them, making their way into the tavern. The bartender approaches the liquor pool listing and taking a swig of their drink, nearly emptying the bottle in one clean go. They kind of sway as they look at the liquor pool and, all right, lads! And everyone leans forward, seeming to kind of be listening keenly to what he's going to say about the liquor pool. This time around, we got one of the biggest bets we've had, mates. 152 gold to the winner of tonight's liquor pool. And people begin to excitedly mutter amongst themselves at how big the pot is. And the bartender sets a full bottle on a table that is currently unoccupied and gestures to the chairs on all sides of the tables. Would the winners of tonight's liquor pool please come forward?
I guess, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I was just letting everyone finish. All right. Tuco, Lucian, the two of you step forward. There's my lovely people of the hour. And was I seeing double, or were there not two others with you?
Yeah.
I guess since they won, Caleb will come because he assumes he won.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were
And
grouped together.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were in two separate groups.
Yeah, Caro and Tuco on one side, you and Lucian on the other. Caro, are you present at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, they asked for those who were at the top of this week's liquor pool to step forward.
Oh yeah, she'll step forward.
All right. Caro, after you kind of look around and you see Caleb, Lucian, and Tuco all standing up, and you're just kind of smiling happy before it hits you like, oh shit, I was one of them, and you stand up and join the group. Just,
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Good.
Honestly, he was waiting for our name to be announced.
Yeah.
Mine eyes did not deceive me. He gives a smile and pats either side of the table. One set of partners on one side, other set on the other, and I'll be happy to explain the rules. Bear with me, I dipped into the stock a little bit before today's siesta, so bear with me. He gives a kind of happy, drunken grin as he steps back from the table and allows you all to take your seats.
Yeah, I take my seat and then I kind of give a wave to Carol. Carol, I have something to tell you later.
Carol gives a thumbs up.
All right. And as you all take your seats with your respective partners, Tuco and Caro on one side, Caleb and Lucian on the other. The bartender places a greasy hand over the mouth of the alcohol bottle in between all of you, and some of the barmaids begin to lay tankards in front of each of you. Now, for those who are unfamiliar, travelers, or just those who like to hear me talk, let me go over the rules so that there's no cheatings, connivings, or any other tomfooleries. And he taps the cork in the alcohol bottle. The objective of this fun little game of ours is, over the course of the next few hours, you are going to drink until you drop. You can surrender at any time if that strikes your fancy. You can go until you vomit. You can go until you pass out. But once you've made a mess or made a fool of yourself, that's where the line gets drawn. And once you've hit that limit, your partner takes over, and this process is going to continue until one team is so full of drink that they can't stand it any further. And whoever's still standing and more or less sober wins the liquor pool. They get a cut of what both parties bet and free drinks for the week.
Tuco's just grinning. He is happy.
Our second place contestants, and he gestures to Tuco and Caro, which of you will be stepping up to the challenge first?
Well, little bit. What do you want to do?
You can go first.
Yeah, all right. And he gives a nasty grin as he sits down. Just, I must warn you, I've got quite the resistance to toxins. As he gives a wink.
That's picture perfect, because we've built up something of a tolerance ourselves in these parts. And would our first place contestants put their champion forward? And he gestures to Caleb and Lucian.
Alright, Lucian, you go first.
Two doctors! Take
Yeah,
two and tell me how you feel in the morning.
All right, let's do this. You and me, Ratman.
So the guy said
I
if
kinda give
like
him a-
Lucian drops, then Caleb would come in.
Yeah, basically the idea is Lucian and Tuco are going to keep drinking until one either surrenders or physically cannot drink anymore, at which point they're out, and at which point their partner takes over, and basically whichever team has a still conscious and not throwing up person at the end of the game wins. You will receive the betting pool that both of you contributed and get a token that's good for free drinks at this bar.
I was just double checking that one part.
All right. In that case, the bartender kind of swirls the alcohol before uncorking it and filling up each of your tankards with a kind of bright red, nasty-looking whiskey. And, well, seeing as how you're both doctors, then I suppose it's only fair that we have a little bit of medicine. And once everyone's tankards are full, he keeps the bottle in hand, steps away from the table with a bow, and everyone in the bar excitedly watches, many of whom have their own drinks. And you can see a barmaid is now erasing all but you two teams' names from the liquor pool board. And giving a smile, the bartender, 3, 2, 1, drink. And he waves a hand sharply, almost spilling the rum he's carrying, and the two of you begin the game. Lucian, Tuco, both of you are going to make me Constitution saving throws as you down your first first swill. Tuco, you will make yours with advantage because you are resistant to toxins.
Oh yeah, baby.
What's the toxin?
Nice.
That's a thing?
I need to find
Yeah.
mine.
Stout half-lemon.
I need to find where my dice went.
Stout
If you need, I can roll
happened
for
a
you.
Stout drink.
Nah.
I got mine.
I think dwarvens have that as well. Something similar to that.
Where the fuck did they go?
Rip your dice.
Oh, they're here somewhere.
They're gone.
I ate them. I was hungry. I'm sorry.
Son of a bitch. They
I
were
think
under, they
Austin
were under the
considered
bed.
making chocolate dice once.
Anything goes missing in my
made-
room, I'm
I've
like,
sort
check
of
under
made
the
them.
fucking bed.
It's like
How
I
do you
sort
sort of
them.
make them?
I mean, I made them in a way, but they weren't good molds. The problem is, I need to make I need to find chocolate that doesn't melt so easy. That's the big thing.
Alright, I'm good to go.
Alright, so yeah, con save
Yep,
with
I'm ready.
advantage, so you're going to roll twice, take the higher result, and you add 6 to whatever you roll, Tuco.
Ooh, 6? Wow.
Oh man, I assume they have
That is,
Tuco's
So
a tough
6
cookie.
I got a 16 and then I got a 10, so I'll choose the 16 and then add a 6.
Yeah, so that becomes 22. Lucian?
I also got a 22.
Alright. Both of you down a tankard of Red Drake rum. And as you knock the glass back and both of you slamming it down, you're both starting to feel it. That was an entire glass, and this stuff's pretty strong. But you're both still in the game. Lucian, you're getting you're starting to feel it a bit more than Tuco is. I'll say both of you are firmly buzzed at this point.
Alright.
Is the roll going to get harder as they go?
Basically, because it's a more traditionally competitive game, basically there is only so much you can physically take before you have to stop. And basically whoever has more losses by the time they hit that point is going to start to get a little dangerous. Con saves again. Tuco, you can once again make yours at advantage.
Unless they nat one the con save, and then it's just game over.
Ooh.
Alcohol poisoning gets them.
Right. So do I still add a 6 to it?
Yeah, you're good.
How does a 26 do?
Lucian?
I got a 24.
All right.
I got a
You
natural
both-
20.
You both knock back another mug. 2 drinks in. You're both firmly tipsy. However, Tuco, you notice Lucian's starting to look a little green.
Honestly, Tuco's not exactly seeing colors properly himself, so easy.
No, you're.
No,
Yeah, you're.
She's looking green, very green, almost a Hulk green.
Green.
Yeah,
Green.
I figured it was gonna be you just keep rolling until somebody fails, and you just keep upping the difficulty of the roll.
Yeah, I'm doing it this way because it allows for more roleplay opportunity as the players get progressively drunker and drunker. Speaking of, roll.
Lucian just kind of looks at Tuco. You got the right man.
Oh,
Another
now you feel big. Oh,
Holy
now we're
shit.
feeling big. All right.
That's another natural 20 from me.
All right. Total?
Let me see. 19
24.
plus a 6.
What?
20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Got it. Lucian, you're starting to feel confident, so you just take the next drink and just knock it all back in one go. But Tuco, you're a bit more of an experienced drinker. You kind of meter it out a little bit. And as you slam yours down, you are, I'll say, firmly tipsy, but Lucian's starting to wobble. Lucian, you have progressed from tipsy to drunk. Tuco, you've just hit tipsy.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Oh.
Lucian's gonna be like, yes! Come on, we can do this. Come on, give me another. I can't do this.
The bartender looks excited as he
Can I
pours the next
bless
drink.
on myself? Is that cheating?
What?
Can you what now?
Can I cast bless on myself, or?
If you want.
Well, technically, no.
All right.
They never said there was any rules against it.
Yeah, he never
Hey,
said there was rules
try.
against magic.
You certainly try.
All
see
right,
what
all right.
happens.
I'm gonna fucking guidance.
Oh.
It's the same fucking thing.
I think it's plus just gives it to more people.
Alright.
Yeah.
Tuco, you see Lucian kind of drunkenly begin to mumble a spell, and their body begins to glow lightly as they prepare to knock back another glass.
What are you doing? You added magic into this.
Listen.
He didn't say there was
They
rules
didn't
against
tell
that.
me I couldn't.
I did not.
There is
No,
not
I
a-
know,
it
but
is
it's
not,
what
it's not
it is.
against the rule. You know what? Fuck you, Ratman. You're just jealous.
I'm jealous. Why am I jealous? I'm naturally gift predisposed to all this shenanigans.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go back to the next drink.
He just grins.
Alright. Next drink. Roll.
Ooh. Ooh.
Now,
Ooh.
out of curiosity, are you counting drunkenness being considered poison?
I'm considering it a poison on a mechanical level. Why?
On a mechanical level. So, does that mean that Tuco and Carol just win automatically? Because Carol's immune to poison?
I don't believe.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
And yeah, Carol can't get drunk, so technically their team's guaranteed to win. Tuco can get poisoned, he's just resistant.
I think you might need to change that so that this is actually fair.
No.
Tell you what. After this, we'll have like a different set or something.
I was just like,
It's fine. It's
is it
fine.
considered poison?
It's fine. Lucian's fine.
Alright.
She daft punked out of this reality.
Because, like a frog might be resistant to their own poison, but if you poured freaking alcohol on a frog, it'd probably die of poisoning.
I don't know,
This is
immu-
D&D.
they're immune to poison.
Yeah, we
is the thing.
okay. We
So
need to
it's
have
like-
Caro die of alcohol poisoning to maintain the actual legitimacy of this magical world.
Well, the only reason why a frog dies is because it's so
did we
small.
do results yet? Because
No, not yet. Lucian, con save, and you can add the spell you cast.
hell yeah.
Tuco?
Hello.
I got an 18. I got an 18 plus a 6, so that's
19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yeah.
Alright, and Lucian, you were daft punking before, one more time?
Oh, 26.
26.
Alright. Tuco, you and Lucian both knock back your drinks, and Lucian, aided by their magic, is resisting it a bit, although Lucian is still pretty drunk. Tuco, you kind of frown a little bit as Lucian's magic is almost making this contest fair. Tuco, you have now officially crossed into the threshold of drunk, and the pair of you are both on the verge of dropping.
Yeah, no, if he's drunk at this point, I can see him just like... Oh, this is some of the most fun I've had in ages. It's been a while since I'm able to just get pissed drunk.
I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but
Really?
you know,
You should. It should.
when in
It
Rome.
removes wrinkles. It removes wrinkles. It does. I've got to keep myself looking
It does?
ship shape.
I'm going to look into that. I don't know if I believe you. I'm going to look into that. Just
What?
put a pin in that.
Oh, no. 10 out of 10 doctors recommend getting pissed drunk before you go to bed at night. It's great.
Listen, I've never heard a doctor say yes. It's really good for you to get drunk.
Listen. Sometimes you study medicine all your life, but sometimes you know something in your heart.
I'm trying to think, have you ever met another doctor? I feel like you
Listen,
wouldn't
my
go to
dad would like turn over in his grave if he knew how fucking drunk I was. Also, I'm dating Agnes now, so like he would be double mad.
Oh, what? That's great.
I
Congratulations.
know! Like, I didn't expect her to say yes!
Fucking, of course she was gonna say yes. She likes you.
But, like...
She must like him
what if
crazy
she
because, my
did,
god.
you know?
Just out
Listen,
of curiosity, the guy
I
didn't take the
know-
money yet, did he?
No, they basically everyone bets and then they collect from the pool once the game's over.
Listen, I'm trying to do my best out here, okay?
Oh, you're doing great, Sheila. You're doing great.
All right.
Guess where this is going on?
I do a very unladylike belch.
Yeah,
It was
like
gonna
you
ask-
That's for you!
I'm gonna talk to Caro.
like the most like.
All right. Caleb, Caro, as the two of you wait for your partners in this game, for one of them to drop and for you to take over. Caleb engages you in some side chat while most attention is on the two active players.
Yes.
So, how are you with drinks?
They're okay. They taste kind of gross.
Does it... It doesn't affect you in a certain way, does it?
No.
I see. Caleb is going to slip out of the tavern, seeing how he's the one who put his money up. He's gonna go find their cart. He's gonna sleep there.
All right. Make me a stealth check. I'll give you advantage since
Caleb's just
attention is...
Because now
I
Caleb
know.
is aware of the fact that he can't actually win this. Stealth
It
check.
hasn't...
And I have
it
advantage.
It hasn't quite made it into Lucian's mind yet. She's a little
I got a
drunk.
26 in stealth.
All right.
Oh my god, he is sneaking away, guys.
And Caleb says bye.
Caro, as Caleb's seeming kind of random line of questioning is disrupted, you go back to focusing on Tuco and Lucian as the two of them get drunker and drunker by the second.
Look, Caleb knows they're covered in poison, so he thought, maybe I should check.
And Caleb slips beneath the table.
To quote a cleric, I didn't think of that, but Caleb would have.
And slips across the Ashmouth Lounge, out the door, and out into the streets.
Goodbye. To the streets with
Worst
me.
case scenario, they stick up Lucian for the gold. But that's a minor irritation.
Lucian, Tuco, roll.
Lucian's... Yeah.
Okay.
Lucian's just gonna be like, give up now, Ratman! Just give up! I'm gonna bless myself. No, guidance.
Are you drunk too?
They're both
17.
I'm slightly high.
Alright.
I was gonna
Lucian,
say, like, we should do this at some point, like, just with our characters, just try and stay in character the drunker we fucking get.
Yeah, I once was a DM for a Halloween party, doing something like that.
Oh, really?
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
I
it
got
wasn't.
a 25.
It was. It was probably very hard.
Maybe
to
not
do.
for you.
No, trust me, I was there. They were terrible. Granted, I don't think they'd ever played D&D in their lives.
Well, that might be your first problem.
Well, bear in mind, I wasn't exactly asking for complicated roles. I just said pick a character and we're gonna drink. But anyway, the two of you down another set. At this point, the rum is starting to run low, and you can see the bartender is coming back with a different alcohol to start topping it off with. And Tuco, you watch as Lucian is casting a spell again, and you force yourself to down another, just hoping your natural biology equals out Lucian's magic. And you kind of start to sway a little bit. You're starting to approach blackout levels. Lucian, you're still firmly drunk, but it's not getting significantly worse. Your magic is starting to stave off the effects.
I just imagine, like, Lucy's just, like, cackling, like, insanely at this minute. This is the most I've ever drinking in my entire life.
Really? I'll be honest, I haven't had a real good chance to relax lately myself. This is great. As he, I was gonna say, yeah, he rolled his,
Like, wine a lot.
Tuco?
Hello.
I roll a 17 with a 6.
18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Lucian?
25.
Alright. Tuco, you down. Lucian, you down. And Tuco, roll me a d20 and just what, like, tell me what you roll.
Okay.
What?
I roll an 18.
Yeah. Tuco,
18
you
flat.
can feel consciousness start to fade. You can feel like you're about, and Caro, you watch as Tuco starts to lean dangerously back in their seat. But Tuco, you grimace, swallow the last of it, and lean forward with a sharp of the chair against the floor, and you manage to keep yourself conscious and fight against vomiting as you go for another round. However, Tuco, at this point, you are blackout drunk. You have officially crossed into the threshold where you will not remember this the next morning.
At that point, I can see him just like, you see this? You see that? I'm the best! I'm the
Alright.
fucking
Man,
best!
that was fucking cool. How'd you do that?
Good, come here. So he goes over, like, tries to pick your drink and, like, help you, like, drink it down like that. Don't give up.
Yeah,
Don't quit on the
yeah,
end.
yeah.
Fuck, I'll put a pitcher in your mouth and help you if I must.
As the two of you start to, like, drunkenly wrestle, the bartender uncorks a new kind of silvery bottle, and seeing as you're starting to get through the red drake, let's swap it out for some Armor Polisher's Ale. And he pours this awful, kind of silvery brown-looking concoction in, and Tuco, you can see immediately where it gets its name. It smells like something you would use to polish metal, and you imagine it tastes about as pleasant.
No, yeah, I can see him just, like, sniffing it, like, I'm pretty sure I killed a man with this shit. Oh,
Man, what I wouldn't kill for some Star Blast right now.
you want Star Blast?
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Both of you roll.
Okay. Come to me. Guidance.
Star Blast
Oof,
can be
that's
I
arranged.
did bad this time.
I rolled really good again. What's that before?
That's new. All right, Lucian.
I got
Uh,
a flat 10.
All right.
I got
And
a
then
23.
6. So yeah,
All right.
16.
Tuco, D20, no modifier.
Okay.
Not one, you die.
Fuck's
Nat
sake.
1. Nat 1.
You want
Fuck.
him to die?
No.
I mean,
it's just
that's the way the cookie crumbles. He died of alcohol poisoning.
Did you
Truly,
roll a nat
Don't
yeah.
worry,
one?
we can bring him back.
He's
Did
the
you
most
roll a nat-
prestigious
It's
of a
okay.
Slytherite.
Yeah, I can bring him back. It's fine. If it's less than a minute, I can
You
bring
roll
him
a
back.
1?
Nah, man. Alright. If I'm rolling again, okay.
Yeah.
Roll
Alright.
And just
by
no
itself.
modifier this time, just flat.
Yeah, no
Son of a
advantage.
whore. I got 10 again.
Tuco, as you and Lucian down a glass of armor polish ale, you slam your mugs down. Both of you, like, your faces twisting in disgust at this nauseating beverage. And Lucian, you kind of sway to and fro. You've officially crossed into blackout territory, but Tuco, unfortunately, your native biology can't compete with magical cheating, and you kind of fight against throwing up.
Listen,
Nah. It's not magical cheating, it's just magical
It's
advantage.
not. Yeah, it's not cheating.
Don't worry,
It's
I
cheating.
believe in Caro. She'll save me.
Yeah, and Tuco, as you say that, you feel this rumble in your stomach, and you know you need a bathroom right fucking now.
Wait. Out of funniness, is there like a bucket or something somewhere?
Bucket? Paul Smith.
You do recall that there was a barrel full of water just outside.
Oh,
Aw.
man.
Oh no! Does anybody in there have like a bucket or or on them or something?
Uh,
Does anybody have a 10-gallon hat?
No, yeah, I'm
I
specifically.
can't look at my inventory. Wait, I have an
Okay, I'll tell you what,
empty-
Tuco.
I have an empty bag of holding.
I'll tell you what, Tuco, make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh no. Yeah, because I specifically wanted to vomit in someone's shoes.
Just imagining it's like one
That's
of those
hilarious.
knockout
Alright,
animations
19,
and then you
baby.
punch out
That's when I
man.
get a 19.
Alright.
I'm zoomed. I'm locked
19.
in. I'm seeing every equation.
Tuco, you are horribly drunk, but you're managing to at least maintain your basic faculties. You know that there are, of course, going to be buckets up in the washroom, and there's the barrel outside. However, you do see an unattended pair of boots next to the bar.
That is where he goes.
That was that man. That was that mistake.
I'll just be like,
To Caro, you watch as your partner, after expouting their faith in you, kind of pauses, lurches, and then immediately ditches the table, stumbles over to the bar, and vomits onto, and over the abandoned pair of boots. The bartender kind of watches for a moment, stares at Tuco as they slump over the boots.
Are
before-
those his boots?
Full gold for the halfling vomit-covered boots! And gestures to Lucian and Caro. The she-elf has taken out the first of the team. Froggy, let's see if you can keep it up. And fills up and slides you, Caro, a cask of
Oh
armor
my
polish
god.
ale.
I'll just be
Okay.
like,
Oh.
Kettle, you're going down. I need books. I need books. This is my book money.
Okay.
Is he sure it's not their Star Blast money?
There's Starbucks money.
They don't have any connections.
Lucian, make me a con save. Caro, you're fine.
Guidance. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Lucian,
not
you're
Taylor.
fucking trash.
Oh, ask if I can loot. Oh no, that's not good. So total 16.
Roll me a d20 flat.
Oh no. Book money, Kara. Book money. 5.
Caro, as you calmly sip at the armor polish ale, it tastes fucking vile, but you just down it without any problems. Lucian brags that they're gonna buy so many books with this money, downs the mug, kind of wobbles, lurches, and then promptly vomits all over the floor.
Hey, join me!
Had too much.
Yeah, no, honestly, Tuco slides with a
Had
boot.
too
As Tuco and Lucian are slumped over this shared pair of boots. Caro, you kind of look around somewhat nonplussed as the bartender, ooh, and down goes the she-elf. Will her partner stand up to take her place?
Caleb,
Anyone at all.
Caleb, avenge me! Avenge me!
And Caro looking around, Caleb is nowhere to be found.
He is gone.
Caleb,
He knows. He's afraid.
Well, that's rather
Tuco,
unfortunate for you,
we can
she-elf.
Look at Tuco. I really hate Tabedrans.
It's alright. It's alright.
No, it's not. I was gonna use that money for books.
Hey, don't worry. I was planning to split the pot with you regardless.
Oh, you're a gem. You're a gem.
The bartender kind of gently pokes you, Lucian, with their boot, seeming not really wanting to touch you directly with how much of a mess you are. And, well, I'm afraid that's you by default, Miss She-Elf. And he holds out a hand. 152 gold, please.
Oh, wait, I thought they paid
Are you
100.
fucking kidding me? Ah, shit. I never thought I would ever say this in my entire life, but Gil, can you please get into my pockets?
There's a kind of confused pause.
Said Gil.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
Gil?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're right.
Before
Who's
what's
Gil?
his pipes up.
It's been revealed that Lucian has the true sight. She still remembers the time.
She's so drunk that she can see into other realities.
Yeah.
And what's his approaches and I think she means me. And hands the bartender 152 gold.
Now,
And Lucian, Tuco, the both of you are blackout drunk. You will not remember this event. But Caro, you are handed 125 gold. And the bartender also hands you a token with the spilled tanker symbol of the liquor pool contest. And Congratulations on your perfectly legitimate win. Free drinks at this lounge for the rest of the week, and you get to keep a percentage of the pot.
Thank you.
I go, little froggy. He kind of he like picks Kara up and just kind of presents her like the Lion King.
Kara's just,
This little one right here, she's a winner. Prize, give her the blue ribbon. I'm going to bed.
Where people?
He like lets her go.
Funny thing is, because Lucy was blackout drunk before she realized that Caleb was gone, she's not going to remember that Caleb bailed on her.
Oh, she
That's
will.
funny.
No, she's not.
Oh, she will.
She's blackout
Maybe.
drunk.
I mean, she does.
Oh, no,
have-
I acknowledge
she
that
does
realistically
have the
that's the
power-
case, but it's Lucian.
She
I'll
has
never
the power
forgive.
of
Like,
grudge.
No, Myth, you know
She has
rule
the power
0. The DM
grudge.
said that they won't remember anything that happened, so that is the rule 0.
Yeah, I'll step in if I need to. All right. Lucian, Tuco, you both stand proudly blackout drunk. And Caro, you are the winner of the liquor pool tourney.
I decided this should be funnier
Yeah.
than just losing a competition that was lost before it began.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like,
Hey, to be
What's the
fair,
matter?
my original plan when drafting this is that you guys would, be on a team together, and that Caro would be like your secret weapon, but things didn't play out that way.
Oh yeah, why didn't they play out that way?
Because else we just never we didn't
Maybe
go into
Because you guys have like a predisposition to never cooperate.
I was like,
Oh
to be
really? 'Cause
fair-
that would have been.
To be
That's what I was
fair, we
expecting was that we would be
drafted
fighting
this from
against the
very
locals.
beginning of when we walked in.
I mean,
We
frankly,
didn't know who had bet before.
yeah, like we never actually talked the party. We're just like, oh hey, we have this betting thing, okay. But
Yeah.
I'm also thinking technically it worked more in our favor. We literally couldn't lose in a way. One of the party members was.
I mean, yeah, like that's the thing I would figure we would have done. It's like, yeah, we know Kara's gonna win, so we bet high because we know our team's gonna win no matter what, and then we share the spoils amidst ourselves.
I thought.
yeah, it just
I
ended
thought-
up being all of our money, basically.
Yeah, I thought the bet.
I mean, hey, yeah, if you guys want to stay in town and run that grift for a while, I'm not opposed.
Wouldn't
I
that
mean, yeah,
just be
like
us trading
easy money.
between each other though? Because it's only ever going to be us in the competition.
Well,
Well,
I
yeah,
think
but because basically whoever bets second, like whichever just random person in town bets second highest, will go up against Caro, and given the circumstances, worst case scenario draw if it's another person with poison immunity. Best case scenario, they lose every time, so you guys get to keep the money you bet with a profit from the amount the other person bet.
Well, I thought it was. Well, wait, I'm very confused on the profit thing. So if it's like basically I bet 100, they bet like let's just say now I bet 100, they bet a 50. I have to pay 150 now.
If you lose, yes.
Then
You have to pay your bet and their bet,
I was like,
and then the house takes a little off the top.
Mm-hmm. Which is why Caro got
Wow.
125 instead of the 152.
yeah.
Man, I thought it'd be funnier to have Caleb just bail on them.
Yeah, just like, I'm out. Bye.
It was like,
All right.
I'm not giving up my money.
All right, no money. That's all right.
competition.
That no money life. It's all good.
As the two drunks, Tuco, you said you're going to start making your way upstairs for bed. Is there anything anyone would like to do before bunking down for tonight's
I did
rest?
have something that I thought was kind of funny. I was gonna have Caleb do.
Yeah,
All right, I'll get to you in a second.
yeah, I wanted
All
to do one thing there.
right. Anyone else?
Let's see.
All right.
I do some attunement
Caleb?
stuff.
Caleb, as you start making your way down the roads and...
Did you not hear him? Austin was saying something.
What?
Well, he's saying he had some attunement stuff, so I was
Oh,
gonna...
okay.
Yeah, it's more just
Yeah,
my
that's
thing.
off-screen stuff.
Yeah, he's basically just switching up which items he's attuned to. So I'll mention it as we go over the long rest. But like, yeah, he doesn't need my permission for that because D&D Beyond literally won't let you break the rules on that. So
Okay. All right, go.
Caleb, as you work your way through the winding webway roads of the mining town, everyone is still kind of partying. You can see several people drinking, a lot of people lounging on their front porches. The factories and industry, which were once bellowing constant noise and smoke, now sit completely silent. Skeleton crews keeping things clean, but that's about it, as everyone in Shnikos goes on their company allotted break. And makes the most of it as a lot of them lounge and enjoy themselves as you make your way back to the carriage.
Yeah, as far as Caleb knows, he's gonna be expected to pay, so he's not going back to there. And so,
I mean,
and as he's walking, he's just like, "Stupid Caro, stupid poison immunity, stupid can't win." He just slams the door in the carriage.
Caleb, as you climb back into your carriage on the outskirts of the city, working your way back down the mountainous stairs, you slam the doors shut, grumbling at some members of your party's gods-given immunities to things.
Honestly, Caleb didn't even care about the money. He just wanted to be able to win. And he
Bro.
couldn't.
Well, hey, maybe next time it'll be a pickpocket contest.
I mean, that point.
I mean, Caleb and Zephyr would pick the party clean.
Oh, there you go. We all have our talents.
And Jeremy.
I mean, Caleb is like, wait, I think he's like 14.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he is very immature.
Mm-hmm. Lucian, as you kind of drunkenly hobble about the Ashen Lounge, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go over to Caro.
Caro, as you are pocketing your money, which if you want to add to your inventory, like I said, 125 gold and a token for free drinks here in town. You see Lucian approach you, stumbling, and you notice once Tuco and Lucian have gone away from the boots, the bartender unsheaths a dark sword and kind of pokes them out of the way and slides them behind the bar with a kind of like expression.
He's probably gonna burn those later.
Ah,
Caro, you see Lucian drunkenly approach you.
Caro, do you live with roommates?
What?
Hello?
She
I
was
know
asking
about what?
she wants to know if Caro wants to room, if she can room with you.
How are rooms just for like 2 people?
Yeah.
They didn't say, but they did say rooming together was an option, so you could, in theory.
I was gonna say, I thought she was already rooming with Tuco.
So yeah, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, but like Lucian doesn't know that.
Yeah.
True. I can see how Tuco pipes up. Just, she's already rooming with me, but I'm cool with having another. Just don't make any noise.
But like, okay. Usually it's me and Caro, and like I can tell Caro things, and
Oh,
there was
come
something I wanted
on.
to ask you, but I can't remember. What?
You afraid of a little rat?
Ian, I already paid for my own room. Oh, do you guys want to see something real quick?
Well,
You said that there was a piano, right?
Yes, there's a piano up on the stage.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to it. And I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit in the chair.
The gentleman currently sitting in the chair kind of like moves to the side, looking kind of irritated, and you can see he's wearing very nice clothes, so he kind of pulls them away from you, and something I can help you with, miss?
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to show my friends the one thing I know how to play on the piano.
I'm sure they'll believe that you can play the piano, love. Now, and he kind of starts like, kind of trying to delicately push you off the chair.
Playing... No,
Drunk Lucian was a terrible thing to unleash on the world. He starts playing chopsticks.
yeah, if you've ever been in music class, Chopsticks is like the most basic bitch song. Like, it's one of the most, like, repetitive. So, like, she's, like, saying, like, I'm the best at this. And then she just, she just plays Chopsticks.
Yeah, beginner class music.
No, she said that she wanted to show you the one thing she knew. Oh, that was her phrasing, was the one thing that she knew how to play on the piano.
Oh yeah, baby. Play those chopsticks.
Yeah,
Lucian, the half-elven man, tries to, at this point, physically pull you away from the piano, but you just kind of start like kicking and shoving away at him, and with basically one foot occupied keeping him away and leaning on the other, you start playing a rendition of Chopsticks.
It's beautiful. No, don't hold back on the descriptions, Matthew. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it is as gorgeous as you could expect a piss-drunk lightweight to be, while they are also physically holding back another person that's trying to push them away from the piano. It's as good as you could expect the song to sound performed under those conditions.
Just imagining, like, just the keys getting smashed.
I think it's literally just like a handful of notes from what I heard.
Yeah, because let's review for a hot sec, if you'll permit me the indulgence. Lucian hasn't so much as seen a piano in almost a decade. Is currently blackout drunk. Is also having to multitask, given that she's fighting off the piano's owner, who's trying to get her away from it. And while under those conditions, is attempting to play the piano.
Oh yeah, baby.
Not their best decision they made in their life. But probably not the worst. I didn't understand a word you just said.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I just agreed it's not the worst thing that she's done.
Alright. And does anyone else have anything?
I just kind of like stop, like after I'm done playing the chopsticks, I'll just kind of be like, all right, cool your jets.
Yeah, fucking Tuco in the back is clapping.
I'll take a bow.
The half-elven man looks quite unhappy, but once you leave, kind of, and takes his seat back. You're gonna have to use text if you
Gibberish.
can't. Yeah.
Hello.
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 Okay, so I want to look him dead in the eyes. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, I heard it too.
I want to look him dead in the eyes, and with like the most stoic expression, she's gonna say, "My brother plays better than you do," and leave.
Yeah, it was really
I don't
funny.
give a shit.
Damn,
You
bro.
really should.
He doesn't know who he's talking to. The more he talks back,
The more he
voice is
talks
gonna
back, the more she's gonna like.
He just ignores you and returns to playing a upbeat, jazzy melody as the bar patrons with the liquor pool contest over just drink and celebrate time off of work.
I'm gonna take her out. He really is.
gibberish.
You either use text or do whatever you're doing whenever you go hello.
Lucy is really, really good at piano.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, I hope everybody can hear it.
I can hear it like kind of distantly.
Yeah, they're like,
Yeah, I'm hearing it now.
Yeah, I mean, we can watch it after the stream. As you all settle in, the drunks enjoying the festivities. Caro, out of curiosity, do you make heavy use of the free drinks for the week token, or are you just kind of content?
Free drinks for everybody.
Mostly for my friends.
Woo!
Caro, using their token, spots it so that you guys can drink as much as you want. Something that I imagine, also indulges heavily in. Caleb, as you sleep in your favorite little sleeping spot, and Zephyr, you focus on your inventory, kind of scowling as you can hear uproarious cheers and badly played piano drifting up into your room as you sort through your items and review and alter your attunements. As the night of festivities passes, and Caro, you're pretty much the only person other than Caleb and Zephyr who have like a pretty clean transition from night to day as the sun rises on the city of Shnikos. As the sun rises, all of you who participated, Lucian and Tuco, please make me con saves to see how bad your hangover is.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah,
Oh,
like
boy.
he'd probably do that college student thing of like hooking up water or some shit to himself. Saline drip so they don't get fucking hangovers.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you roll good enough to keep away a hangover, yeah, we'll say that's what you did.
19.
I got a
Saline
23.
drip.
Alright. Lucian, with your magic coursing through your veins, chasing away a lot of the venom in the things you drank, and Tuco, thinking ahead, setting up a very improvised saline solution IV drip from your batch of chemicals. The both of you managed to awaken without strong hangovers. Caro, given that you don't feel poison at all, you are perfectly fine, and the rest of you didn't drink, so you all awaken to a new day in Shniko. The sounds of industry have resumed, and that scent of soot and ash and smoke fills the air once again. And as you all regroup, Caleb waking up in the carriage, those of you who are still at the bar regrouping as you all wake up, the world is your oyster. Queen Sundragon has presumably gone to meet Queen Autumnfall, and you guys are free to do as you wish. And the current plan is make your way south, most likely on foot, although you can take the train if you wish, to Tabedran territory, where Caleb has a plan to enact.
To the city of Fuse. Right?
Yes.
That's what it was called?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking Tuco stumbling out, just whoo, way.
Lucy is just like massaging her temples.
Yeah, rough night. Well, I woke up with
Did
this
I do
strap.
anything stupid?
You challenged me. That's pretty dumb. But in all seriousness, nah, you're fun.
I love the confidence, given that neither of you remember last night. As far as I can remember, you did. You're fine.
Well, keep in mind, Tuco's a bit of a prideful man. He just doesn't say it a lot.
Oh no, that's fair. I know that's what I'm saying. Like I love the confidence. It's very amusing.
Oh yeah. He's very
Yeah, as far as
humble.
he knows, he just got wrecked.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Gibberish.
She's asking Caro if she did anything stupid.
You tried to play the piano.
Bum 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 bum
What the
bum 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 bum.
Why the fuck would I do that?
That's a
Well,
good
huh?
question.
I don't know, Lucian. Why would you do that? You played it pretty well.
Listen, I haven't seen a piano in like a decade.
Well, you played it well enough that I've managed to get some sleep, so...
You should hear my brother play.
Oh, I don't think I want to.
He's actually really good.
Yeah, that
mom
means I
would
won't
make
like
him
that.
play all the time.
Which probably means I won't like it much. I don't really like the things your surface dwellers do the same way.
She like squints her eyes. I'm not sure what you mean.
Let's just say that I found your piano, whatever you were doing last night. I remember enough that it sounded alright.
Well, to be fair, we were both really drunk, so that's probably why.
I guess that will
Alright.
come out.
Alright, Zephyr joins the two of you.
There you go. You missed out last night.
Probably not.
I got super drunk.
Does that change anything?
No, it was just fun. Do you remember fun?
Fuck. Kitty's got claws. Kitty's got claws.
Well, I mean, there's fun, and then there's, basically being stupid, as you mentioned.
Ooh.
But they said I didn't do anything stupid, so
I mean, they could
how would you
say
know? You weren't even there.
Not wrong. I can hear y'all though.
I bet it was the sound of catastrophe.
pure chaos.
Either way, are we gonna get going?
Let's go then.
Yeah, we got we got shit to do.
Alright. So we'll start heading out then.
Alright.
Yep.
Caro, you good?
By the way, does
Yeah.
Caleb know how to get to Fuse?
Yeah. You guys have
Vivian would
actually
remember.
taken this pathway before, so.
Yeah, because I was going to say, in preparation of the others getting here, Caleb is going to clamber onto the seat of the cart so he could take them to this place he knows. We gonna get them horses ready.
Alright. In that case, Caleb, as you awaken alone at the carriage, you know that the party's no longer beholden to the militia and start to get the horses ready to move. And after, it's estimated it's like probably close to noonish. Given the heavy drinking, you're not expecting the party to get here early, and you are not disappointed. And you've had more than enough time to get the carriage ready to roll. By the time you see Zephyr and the others making their way down the many stairs leading up into the city, out into the ironworks and farmland, and approaching your little caravan.
On the way there, I want to show Caro the little falcon that Watts got me for my birthday. I don't know how to train this, but if you want to in your entourage, that would be okay.
Does What's feel offended by their giving his gift away?
Yeah, it's regifting.
It's like a white elephant gift.
White falcon.
Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want the white elephant now, do you?
White elephant gift.
You don't know that.
It's a Christmas tradition some people have.
Yeah.
Rip Caro.
The
Just
old-
letting everyone speak. Carol holds up one of her arms and like gestures for it to come to her.
Make an animal handling check.
One moment.
At one, it flies away.
It just leaves.
Oh, God.
Freedom!
And Lucian, just for my clarification, this was the colorful Gigi bird, Paul, that you picked up, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Just making sure.
I thought it was a
Yeah, I don't-
falcon.
I got an
for some
eight.
reason.
He's stinky. I don't want him.
I think he tried
Caro,
to
you-
Falcon, but they're too expensive.
Caro, you hold out an arm, and you can say whatever little signal you give, whatever you think is appropriate, but as you signal, the bird kind of ruffles its feathers before making its way over to you and landing on your arm and kind of adjusting
Yeah.
itself to perch on the gloved area of your suit before staring at you and kind of tilting its head.
His name is Paul.
Yes, I remember he told me.
His
Okay.
name.
Well, have fun training him.
Okay. You'll be with me from now on.
He just
Gotta
like
That's
The menagerie grows.
I like to imagine like the falcon like gives the camera a sorrowful look before it gets absorbed into the mass.
Yeah, just oh fuck. All right.
I'm gonna summon Mishka, and he should still be a bird because
Yes.
I haven't changed him.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
for summoning him. then
So
make it go.
I'll let. Yeah. I'll summon him as a bird. Bird of prey.
Okay.
And,
Does Caleb see
I'll
them
set up,
dawdling?
Yeah.
Whenever the lag stops, I'm gonna say something.
It shall never stop.
Alright, go ahead, Caleb.
Caleb is gonna say to Lucian and Caro and them, "Alright, mush mush, let's go. We have time. We have no time to waste."
Oh yeah, let's
I'm
hurry.
gonna let Mishka go. He'll go 60 feet ahead of us.
Alright. Lucian, sending your familiar to act as a scout. You all begin to pack yourselves into your usual spots in the carriage. And Zephyr, you see Red, who's just kind of ambling around the carriage, kind of stare as all of you get ready to go. And he kind of crosses his arms as you take your seat up on the roof, and kind of gives you a nod, Zephyr, as everyone's packing their things and getting aboard. So, what's the plan from here?
By the sounds of it, we're going back to, well, I guess in your case, first time visiting, but going to Tabedra.
Tabedra. Sounds familiar. Alright. And he slithers towards the carriage and slinks into the cargo area with Caro as everyone climbs aboard. And Caro, you watch as the Serpentine Man slinks and disappears beneath the pile of the party's belongings.
Tuco stops to give the man a long kind of look. Interesting.
Caro nods, just yes, it looks comfortable.
Room for two.
And Caleb, as everyone gets aboard, you hurriedly take over the reins from What's-His, and giving Peanut and Butters a flick of the reins, they begin to make their way out and away. Caleb, seeing as you are charting the course, I will ask you, I'm going to assume that you are just taking the most efficient route to Fuse, not making any, like, real detours or pit stops other than what the party absolutely needs. Alright.
Yep.
We're going to train.
Caleb, as you direct What's-His onwards, the carriage pulls away from Shniko, leaving Queen Sundragon and her militia behind with the Autumnfall sorcerers as they stand against Barbarous. As you guys pull away...
Something?
What's up?
Am I rolling something?
No.
No.
I was more just, like, plotting out, like essentially what route you guys were taking, because I have the map pulled up. As you pull away and start to make your way south, you can see various mines and vineyards of the Autumnfall territories. Tuco, you can see the shadows of the Tieshan Mountains shielding Barbarous from the rest of the world, or I suppose more accurately, the rest of the world from Barbarous. And you guys begin to make your way south. The Tieshan Valley stretches all around you, rolling hills and plains. Zephyr, Lucian, and What's-His, you have not been here in a hot second, but a lot of it is fairly familiar to you. You have passed through this land once already. As you make your way south, the lush green plains stretch out in all directions. And Caleb, you can see the train tracks running south alongside you, although they start to divert off of your course to the west as they make for the capital of Autumnfall, Calichrome. but you just keep pushing the cart south, as directly south as possible.
What I miss.
As the sun slides through the sky over your heads, Tuco, you and Caleb and Lucian in the carriage, just idly passing the time with whatever small talk you wish to have, or whatever personal tinkerings and inventory management you need to do. Also, Lucian, you're just heading south across the plains. Nothing really has happened yet. Caleb, you and What's is up front. Caleb using your hood to shield yourself from a bit from the sunlight as you keep the party moving. What's is commanding the reins, and you in alternating tandem. Caro looking out the back as you keep your menagerie of animals on track, as Soren and his pack, your Suchomimus, Garrow, of course, and now Paul continue to keep pace with the carriage. Red, somewhere beneath the party's cargo, just presumably napping, much like their spawner, as Zephyr idles on the roof of the carriage, staring out at the surrounding plains. Zephyr, you're confident that the grass here is not tall enough to immediately hide anything. It's not quite a savanna, so you're pretty confident that you'll see anything potentially dangerous coming from a pretty good distance. So you just content yourself with staring a bit at the surroundings and sorting through your items as the carriage trundles across the plains. Eventually, as the afternoon sun begins to set and the night sky begins to darken, Caleb, you kind of look up and you know, given that you're native here, and this is one of the first times the party has been just out in the dark, so to speak, the dark nights in Yav are incredibly dark. Yav does not tend to have very bright, well-illuminated nights. But thankfully, you know that as the sun is beginning to set, you're not too far from a nearby town.
Wait, I thought we got up in the morning.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
we
well...
traveled.
Yeah, you've traveled since then. It's a long distance.
How long is it going to take?
You remember that the carriage you took to get from Rosewick to Mercurial took like a week, so you're going about like half that distance, so it's probably going to be a few days.
Gotcha.
Do
we need to deduct rations?
Yes, I was
Hello?
going to say hello.
I want to say that during like times that we stop, there's a bubble, so we can be safe.
All right, Lucian will offer to provide a tiny hut to anyone who needs it, and yes, everyone. You lose 1 day of rations. Caro, that's 1 day of rations for each mouth you have to feed, and of course, a day of water from your water skins. As you all make your way across the plains, Caleb, you can see in the distance the next town on your route that you can either sleep outside of by setting up camp or just pop in to visit an inn, your call. You are beginning to approach the Autumnfall village of Junko. Junko is notable for a few things. It is a strategic location, close to the capital, connected to the roadway, and very, very flat. Tuco, you can see there was once a stream passing through that appears to have been dried up and dammed, and a bridge now helps cross it. And these rows of fairly dense-looking and tall pine trees and boulders kind of form an almost like improvised wall around the city, as at this point you guys are getting fairly close to the Sprintwood. So some of the pine trees of the Sprintwood grow out into the plains. Zephyr, from your slightly elevated position, you can see a fence, a palisade, and then finally a protective stone wall surrounds the village with 2 entrances in and out. And similar to how Shellbeat had been, the walls' entrances are decorated with various weapons and skulls. Lucian, you can see apple orchards and cabbage fields, along with various vineyards and berry bush farms. Overall, the area is very vast and open, really taking advantage of the natural space and beauty of the Tieshan Plains.
So have we crossed over into Tabedran yet?
No, you're still in Autumnfall country. Although you're about to leave it, and then you'll be heading into Shadow Lily next, and then Tabedran from there. You can see, all of you can see a tall lookout tower that just kind of overlooks the entire village. And Tuco, you think you can just make out the spinning blades of a windmill. And on a tall hill nearby, Zephyr, you and Lucian see what you assume to be a graveyard.
Don't go near that one.
Lucian might like it though, because they're a filthy necromancer.
While the party is free to do as they wish, of course, Caleb, I will say, as the one sort of heading the charge at the moment, do you have any preference on whether the party simply camps out here or heads inside to rest at an inn for the night?
I guess it's up to the party. Also, I didn't hear what Lucian was trying to say. All I heard was shh.
Type it in the chat, Lucian.
Yeah, put it in text, or do that thing you do where you fix the mic just long enough to say hello.
Do that thing you do to fix the mic just long enough to say hello.
Yeah.
It does feel that way.
Like
Her internet is awful.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's like internet or if it's like the headphone jack has to be like, because I do, my headsets are like that sometimes. Like you have to hold them in a very precise way to get any input.
Wait, didn't y'all talk about getting a new phone or something like that?
Yeah, but I think Jeremy hasn't like gotten there yet. So
I know, but I was like, maybe the whole phone thing. Either way,
I guess we'll find out. Well, in the meantime, while Lucian types it out, Caleb is leaving the decision to you guys, and obviously you're all free to do what you wish independently. What do you guys want to do? The village of Junko is nearby, but you are free to simply camp outside of it and then move on in the morning.
I mean, what is there to do?
Well, do you want to check out the village and see what there is?
I guess.
Either there's a village or there's just camping outside, which trouble. My vote would be towards just staying away from this town.
All right, so you're gonna hang out here, Zeph?
Yeah.
All right. Lucian seems content to use Tiny Hut to keep the carriage safe out here. Caro?
I guess I'll just stay with everyone.
Alright.
Bring my animals into the tiny hut.
Alright.
Anytime.
And Caleb?
It must smell wonderful in there.
Oh, I'm sure.
What has the party said so far?
Everyone except for Tuco is staying out here with the carriage, but Tuco's interested in checking out the town.
No, I guess Caleb will just chill.
Alright.
So to say, like, the majority have chosen to stay.
Alright.
Joe's going inside.
Tuco, as the carriage pulled by your delightful horses pulls to a stop, a dark night has fallen over the Tieshan Plains as the sun is beginning to set and night is beginning to fall. And as you hop out of the carriage, you can see everyone else is just gearing up. Caleb's taking his favorite sleeping spot in the carriage itself. Lucian is casting spells to make this outside sleeping area as comfortable as possible. Caro is organizing the animals to make sure they all stay nearby and safe. And Caleb and Zephyr just seem content to sit comfortably and idle. Zephyr seeming a little uncomfortable at the idea of entering the town. But Tuco, you're a Slitherite and a halfling. You forge your own path. And you start making your way towards the village of Junko.
Oh shit! Alright. Go off on my own, I suppose.
This is safe.
No, I mean, keep in mind, at this point, he is a Slitherite, so he'd probably just be keeping up his, like, stealth and everything.
Fair.
If he's gonna be by
Stealthy
himself, he's
boy.
not gonna be the friendly, like, charismatic dude he's playing as.
Fair.
Stealthy.
Well, I will say, actually, because that does admittedly change things. Do you wish to make a stealthy entrance into town, or are you just going to, like, you know, try to play it cool and just see if they let you in?
Sure, stealth, why not?
All right, roll stealth.
Well, that's interesting.
It keeps getting lost.
And you get a +3 to stealth.
Alright, 14 plus 3.
All right. Tuco, as you approach the town, you reach the border of the various pine trees and boulders, and as you start to get closer to the fence and the palisade and then eventually the walls, you start to kind of get lower to the ground, play it a little safer and quieter. The party isn't with you, and you start relying more on instinct than anything as you slink past the outer defenses. And you kind of slink into the shadows, the slowly encroaching night acting as a natural shield for your visage. As you can see a few lumberjacks and quarry workers approaching the walls, and they kind of urgently whisper to the guards, who nod and open up the gate, and you manage to take that opportunity to slip through the gate as it's open, beneath the noses of the guards. A combination of your small size and natural stealth making them not notice you as you slip right under their noses.
Rats are very good at squeezing through and under things.
I was gonna say, yeah. Now he gets to show off what it's like to be a Slitherite.
Mm-hmm. Tuco, emerging on the other side of the wall, you're able to now get a good look at what the village itself looks like. You can see where the outside of the walls are decorated with weapons and skulls. You can see the insides are laced with various bones and what appear to be animal skins. You can see a couple wells dotted around the village, seeing as the stream has dried up. That's likely where they get their water from. You notice that quite a few buildings look damaged, as if something attacked them. And the village smells of baked goods and, curiously, a very overpowering smell of garlic.
Can he check? Is he able to especially sense vampiric activity or anything?
You don't have a supernatural sense for it, but make me. This is interesting. I'll tell you what. Make me an Arcana check.
All right.
You get you're pretty good at this, +6. Yeah, because you know this stuff. You're a smart cookie.
All right, 15 plus 6.
So 21. Tuco, as you stealthily explore the village, careful not to talk to or be seen by anyone, you look around and you notice a lot of houses look abandoned. The living areas that are lived in are incredibly messy looking. The only things that seem really on the up and up are food production and the military defenses. And you notice each and every single house has a string of garlic hanging over the doorway. which you know to be what civilians will do to defend themselves whenever there's a Nosferatu on the loose.
Oh! With that in mind, Tuco just, you know what? It's not worth it.
I knew it.
He's like, you know what? I don't need to see this city anymore.
Yeah.
I am not cursed with the. I'm not cursed with the need to fight the monster head on. I'm not cursed with bravery, as he just like goes back.
Make me a stealth check.
11 plus what?
You get a +3, so 14. Tuco, realizing exactly what you're potentially up against here and looking up as you realize night is fast approaching and a lot of people seem to have the right idea and are getting off the streets, you take just long enough to notice that in the center of town there's a campfire set up in like a fire pit, and a lot of the townsfolk are just gathered around it, seemingly for protection, and several armed guards watch over them as you quickly start to slink your way back towards the defensive gates. Although as you approach, you're in such a hurry that one of the guards at the gate does spot you. Although he doesn't immediately jump to hostility, simply thinking of you as a traveling halfling. But he does kind of look at you in concern and put up his hand as you approach the gate. And, whoa, where are you off to, halfling? It's dangerous out here at night.
I'm out of here, actually. I've got an accompaniment I'm waiting on. And
all right, well.
And he looks about and like gestures to the guard, like, doesn't take a genius to tell that this place isn't exactly up to code in regards to safety.
He gives you a nod and opens the gate. Stay safe and tell your traveling companions to keep a fire alight. Wherever this monster is, we'll find it.
Honestly, after a moment of thought, I could see Tuco, like, does he have, like, because I usually just, like, refer to it as chemicals. Can he, like, hand over, like, some incendiary chemicals just, like, out of goodwill?
I actually believe that is legitimately a thing you can do. Yes. You, concoct one of your incendiary Molotovs and hand it over, and the guard kind of looks it over and, what's this for?
Well, it's a little something. I'm something of a chemist, you see, or an alchemist. You throw this bit at him, yeah? It creates light, burns the shit out of him too. And it sticks to him, too. So even if he transforms to try and get GTFO, he's still gonna be burning hot.
Thank you, good sir. You and your companion stay safe tonight.
Yeah, he too.
He gives you a salute.
He like shudders.
And you slip away from the gate and back towards your comrades, wisely deciding that going up against one of these creatures is not safe.
Not safe. As he comes in, Lucian will just look up. Anything interesting?
Nosferatu.
What?
Do I know what that is?
Make a nature check.
Okay.
All I know is that sounds like it's worth not going in.
17.
Lucian, you do not know them by the name Nosferatu. However, you do know what Tuco is referring to. A lot of cultures have different names for the creatures. Creatures born of a blood-based disease that infects, kills, and drives the host to spread further. You would know them as Wardalaks, or Yulpires.
Your bios.
Essentially, think of it as Wardalak is the scientific term for them, and Yulpire is the sort of casual layman's term.
Okay. Would I have had any dealings with them in the past?
Your father occasionally attempted to experiment with the disease, but typically not resulting in any major successes. However, you would know that part of the reason for that is because in Yav, the infection is most famously known for that essentially once one person gets infected and goes home, their family are typically the next to turn, and then that family will then feast on all outsiders. And your father was interested in that, the idea that he could turn all of your family into powerful undead sorcerers, but being a Wardalak comes with a price. Whoever turns you, you are completely, unquestioningly loyal to them. And your father was not the sort of man that wanted to be loyal to anyone.
Yeah, he would not have been been for that. No.
However, you do know that he was experimenting with supposed rituals that could turn someone into one, and essentially make them the progenitor of a new strain of the infection, rather than beholden to whoever infected them. However, as far as you know, he never made it far enough in the practice to actually successfully do it.
You kind of see Lucian kind of like get off like this far off look in her eyes, like she's having war memories.
Flashback.
And then she just kind of snaps. Yeah, like she just like has a flashback, and then she comes back to reality. Really glad I put up this tent then.
Ah, the nasty sort. I was on a mission once, and they gave me a right scare whenever the one I was trying to kill turned out to be one of those things.
Yeah, my dad really wanted to be, you know,
one of them.
Those things. Yeah. And then probably turn his entire family, meaning me, Lucifer, and our mom.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad he didn't, because that would make this whole affair a lot more tricky.
It would make it very awkward. Considering I'm a vegetarian, she kind of like gives an awkward laugh.
Does Caleb hear this?
Yeah, you all can hear this, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
she's not being quiet.
Well, that would change very quickly.
Yeah.
Once hunger's gripped you, you kind of forget morals.
All I'm getting from this is that this is not our problem.
Yeah, and I thought Caleb was sleeping in the cart.
And right you are, my
Well,
good
the
friend.
bull-
This
the
is
bull's
not
around
our
the cart,
problem.
so
Oh, okay.
we're fine. You are. Yeah, I mean, we're not. I'm not
Plus,
gonna
Caleb
touch
has
this with
his scimitar of warning anyway, so it can't be snuck up on.
Well, you don't have anything to worry about because the bubble's around the cart.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
have
if
anything to
anything,
worry
I would
about
say
in the
everybody
first
just
place.
kind of keep an eye open for tonight. And keep any incendiary rounds if you got them on you. Pity we don't have sun driving before.
Well, Westis and I can take turns doing watch if you think we need to do that.
And I think I do. I think we do. Last thing we need is another. Last thing we need is to start fighting our own.
I'll take first watch, and then Westis, you can take second watch.
He gives you a salute and a nod. if there's no other business for the night. Okay. Lucian, roll perception at disadvantage.
Okay.
And I will, of course, roll for what's his.
Okay. Let me get up my. Jeremy sent me all of these. See, that's my plus. Perception.
Buttery horse.
Peanut butter.
That would be 19.
Exotic butters.
Yeah, exotic butters. Alright. Lucian, you sit and watch carefully as night falls and the party goes in for an uneasy but necessary rest. Knowing
Can
that
I
there
ask
is
one thing?
Of course.
Right before my watch ends, I would like to make a history roll about my past, if that's okay.
Okay. Can you be a bit more specific?
Yeah, what are you looking for? Your
So Lucian kind of like has been like obsessing over like not being able to like fully remember how many series that she actually had when the conversation came up with her and Agnes. So I guess I kind of want to see what she can remember.
Okay. Make a history check.
Hey, come back. Come back, I need you. Okay. 24. Okay.
Lucian, as you look over the dark plains, as the party sleeps around you or in the safety of the carriage, Caro, most of your animals aren't comfortably able to fit within the tiny hut itself, so most of them just take to sleeping nearby without so close that it would give away the tiny hut's position. And Lucian, as you just observe, keeping a watch over Caro's animals to ensure that they do not become a victim of this blood-sucking monster, you kind of scan the area around you in thought and try to recall anything you can about the things that have been forcibly removed from your mind. Maybe a wisdom save.
Oh, I knew you were gonna fucking say that, and I still put my D20. Okay. Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me. Don't fuck me. Ooh,
Nosferatu.
Does a little smile.
Nosferatu. You said wisdom save?
Yes.
9 plus 8. Whatever that is.
That'll be 17.
Okay. Lucian, as you look around you, try and think as much as you can, and unbeknownst to you, ink starts to dribble lightly from your eyes and mouth, as you forcibly try and remember what's been locked off in your mind. You start to have visions, feelings that you can't quite put your finger on. You remember freezing cold, and then strangely followed by burning heat. These contradictory feelings that swirl in your body, and with every beat of your heart, you feel this overwhelming instinct of subversion. This sense that whatever is in front of you, you have to almost compellingly offer the opposite. The night shields your party, but it hides the thing that hunts you. You find a part of you wants desperately to alight the dark night, even though that would only serve in the long run to make you easier to see. You see that the party is asleep, but that's not right. They should be awake with you, helping keep watch. Everything you think of, everything you do feels contradictory and wrong. This contrarian instinct of subversion overwhelming you. And you're so focused on this that you, as you kind of blink and refocus, you see there's somebody outside of the hut. Staring down at Caro's animals kind of curiously, you see a strange figure. A strange, older-looking man with shoulder-length, silvery gray hair, wearing a pair of withered and damaged-looking glasses with very large lenses. Given that you're working off of dark vision, you can't make out colors clearly, but you can see their eyes are kind of glittery, and their suit is this fine, silken, and dark color, with a cloak that is very, again, almost velveteen and silken looking. And you can see both kind of frail looking hands are perched one over the other over a walking stick as they kind of tilt their head and curiously examine Caro's creatures.
I'm gonna reach over and shake Tuco, and then as soon as he, his eyes open, just go shh, and point.
Yeah, and Tugo looks at that, and he stares at the vampire before or rather at the Nosferatu, assuming, before just. Is it hunger, or is it insanity?
Okay. How do I feel? Oh, okay. I feel like you said there's a lot of contradictory emotions with me right now. So
Yes.
do I feel like it's a monster? It needs to be destroyed.
Well, Tuco said it was a monster, so that's definitely wrong.
I'm just gonna shake my head. I think that we just need to be quiet and maybe it will just go away.
Say so. As he stares right at him.
It's a strange sensation, Tuco. You're used to peering at people from the shadows with them not being aware you're there. But this time, it's strange that you can literally be standing out in the open, staring right at the guy, and he is seemingly completely oblivious to your presence. As the two of you nervously watch, he leans down, and Caro's Suchomimus kind of gives a snorting sniff, and their eyes kind of lazily blink open. And they look up at the strange man, who gives them a smile and reaches into their pocket before pulling out a wrapped up strip of some kind of deeply leathered meat and holds it out to the creature. And Caro's Suchomimus kind of nervously leans forward and takes it from his hand. And the two of you can hear him give a... as he stands up and uses the cloth he had wrapped the meat in to wipe the any fluids off of his hands before pocketing the handkerchief. And he begins to speak, seemingly more to himself, as he looks down to the creature as it eats, and the sound of it eating starts to kind of slowly rouse some of Caro's other menagerie. Well, this is rather unusual. I'd thought if I simply stayed on the trail, the opportunity would have presented itself, but I find you alone and with no carriage in sight. Quite possibly a cloaking spell of some kind. Illusions, perhaps. And he kind of taps his walking stick against the ground as he starts to kind of doing like little pacing circles around Caro's animals as they just kind of watch him in confusion.
Is Caleb getting any warning from his special
Well,
sword?
he's not attacking you.
Yeah, no, it'll only give you a warning if he's outright attacking. So no, at the moment your sword is not awakening
Interesting. I didn't know that.
you. Mhm.
My bad.
No worries. Yeah, no, it's an understandable clarification. He paces around the animals and kind of talks to himself a little bit. Tuco and Lucian, you're able to overhear snippets and just, I suppose, tracking them through their illusion through scries would be possible, but I would hate to engage in such a breach of privacy. Perhaps I'll simply ask the townsfolk if they've seen them. And he kind of nods to himself, seeming content with that plan, and he turns and puts out a hand to the animals. You stay here. If your master is not present, they will be back for you shortly. They give a nod, seeming comfortable with this assertion, before simply walking away from the campsite. Despite carrying a walking stick, their stance and posture and walk appears relatively smooth and unbothered. They don't appear to need a walking stick, as far as you can tell.
Alright, see? He went away.
The fuck was that?
What do you mean?
We need to get out of here.
Did everybody see that?
No, Lucian only woke up Tuco, so right now just the two of them.
So you said, am I still feeling contrary, Matthew?
That, given that some time has passed and you're not focusing on your past anymore, you only feel as contrarian as Lucian normally feels.
She's gonna nod. I agree, we should get the hell out of Dodge.
Yeah, what the fuck was wrong with you? As he looks at you.
And Tuco, you can still see some black staining around their eyes and mouth.
Are
What do you
my
do?
eyes mismatched?
Not at the moment.
Just out of curiosity? Okay. That's interesting. I don't know, I was just trying to remember some stuff, and
Trying to remember some stuff. Girl, you're leaking ichor. Let's have a little happy jaunt through the memory factory whenever we're not on the run.
this is the only time I get to myself to go.
Yes, but there's a Nosferatu around, and you're having memory time?
Well, I didn't know it was gonna fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
This is like the third, fourth time I've tried this.
What did you say?
The last,
Like the third.
It's the
fourth
third or
time.
fourth
I
time
don't
they've
know.
tried this.
Yeah, in the last 10 years that I don't fucking remember. I think I'm allowed to have a few moments.
No, you're not. Not in this moment. There's a literal monster about. Have your memory times when you're alone in a room by yourself.
Oh no. I wasn't.
I can't. I
Is the yelling waking everybody
I was
up?
going to say, at this point, if you guys choose it,
I can't
the
hear
argument does start to
what
wake
you're
you guys
saying.
up.
what is she saying?
She's just disagreeing. She's just being contrarian.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
she said she was alone.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's just yes, you're alone, but you need to do that whenever you're alone and you're not standing watch and your alert attention of utmost importance is needed. Just I get it. You've got a backstory, you've got a past. We all do. But
It's
everybody
more
else?
than that,
Okay,
Tuco.
Zephyr's
It's
gonna
a
Yes,
lot
go.
yes.
more than that.
You've got Eka running out of you. Yes, I know. But still.
We got shit to figure out, Tuco, and the only way we're gonna do that is if we can figure our shit out.
Yeah, but figure it out when you're not standing guard, yeah? Yeah.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and waves her hand. Let's just get out of here.
Agreed. That's what I said 10 minutes ago before you started fighting with me.
I'm just gonna get everyone up.
Alright. You all get a short rest as Lucian starts to wake all of you up, seeming, her and Tuco seeming kind of agitated and upset. And you all notice as Lucian awakens you that Lucian has ink stains around their eyes and mouth.
Yeah, Zephyr woke up, he's just like, meh. Arguing, normal. I'll go back to bed.
Hey, it was just, they just hear banging on the cart door. Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, which Tuco, if he says that, Tuco will pop his head in and just say, wake the fuck up, how about? There's a Nosferatu about, so we need to get going. It already found our camp.
I'm gonna let the bubble
Well,
go,
he certainly
and
knows her,
as everyone.
with Lucian yelling like that.
I know. I don't understand it either. Let's go.
I'm gonna get the reins, and I'm gonna just go.
There was like a clip I was like thinking of where somebody goes, "Shut
Bye.
the fuck up!"
Oh, is it like that dude that yells it at like the top of his fucking lungs?
I believe so, yeah. Zephyr, as the argument wakes you and your brother up, Lucian hops up into the reins. What's is kind of snorting awake as Lucian just gives a "Pya!" to the reins, and Peanut and Butters, who are both asleep, kind of get startled awake and like run their heads around and whinny before beginning to make their way forward. And Caro, the jostling of the carriage disturbs you out of your slumber as well, as everyone is quickly hopping into the carriage and getting ready to move. However, thankfully, your animal menagerie, interestingly, appears to already be awake. And Lucian, as soon as you in the coach seat pass out of the threshold of the tiny hut, it dissipates, and Caro's animals, now able to see you clearly, begin to pick up and follow behind you. As you all take off into the night, all of you working on little to no sleep, as you hurriedly take off into the darkness of the Sprintwood, continuing down south along the Tieshan Valley tracks, with, as far as you know, as word from Lucian and Tuco starts to spread amongst the party, this blood-sucking monster that's haunting the village of Junko appears to have found you and is tracking you. And the party needs to stay on the move to avoid having their blood taken in the night. Tuco, as Lucian hurriedly cracks the reins to get the carriage moving faster, you kind of peeking out of the carriage to see if you're being followed, and thankfully, at least in an obvious way, you do not notice that the party is being followed. Just the animals hurriedly keeping pace with the carriage as exhaustion, while it's not dangerous yet, a wave of exhaustion does come over the party as Lucian having gotten literally no sleep, and the rest of you getting only a couple hours, are operating on fumes as Lucian, you and your elvish compatriot follow Caleb's designated path, trailing the Sprint Wood and the valley as you cut south away from Junko and leave the territory of Autumnfall as you make your way back at last into the territory of the Shadow Lily Confederacy. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Woo!
Nice.
Hell yeah! I do still love just. There's a Nosferatu!
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's normal
Can
dude.
I just say I love like just the little detail as well that not only was Lucian choosing this moment for the whole memory lane, I also love that Lucian was doing it when the monster that the party was worried about is one that feeds on blood, and Lucian did a thing that has a track record of making her bleed from her face.
God damn, Lucian! What the
Yeah,
fuck?
that does raise the question of what happens if a vampire eats ichor blood.
Probably turns into an Ichor vampire.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a good question, isn't it?
There's
It's probably a
Sure
much...
would be funny if the DM put a vampire in a campaign that's entirely blood infection driven.
Yeah,
Oh
like-
boy. Well, don't worry. He'll be getting his shit mixed if he tries.
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be probably a worse version of that, whatever those other
The
bloodsuckers,
Strixes.
yeah, the Strixes.
And to Lucian's defense,
You
she
don't have
does
to
tend
defend
to
it.
obsess over things,
I was like, you
and she doesn't quite think things through.
But yeah. No, that's why Tuco's just like, oh, he was like 2 steps away from just being like, oh, women, before like just going about doing his thing.
Check out our website at officiald5hub.info. Resurrected from the grave like a filthy necromancer acting as bait for a vampire. Check out our link in chat to join our
That's
official
probably
D5 Discord server if you want to hang out with us directly. Support our episodes posted on Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Google Podcasts, the iHeart Podcast Network, wherever you happen to get them from. For our audio listeners, catch us live on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time on twitch.tv/Odd Tornado Productions, and check out Odd Tornado Productions official on Tumblr to find links to our other works, including our Human Rogues Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Killer5, that is 5 with a PH. Don't get it wrong. If you enjoy what we do, please support us on Patreon. That link's about to be posted as well on Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/Odd Tornado Productions, and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TornadoOdd. The TNO are in fact capitalized. And thanks everyone at the table so much for playing. Thanks everyone at home so much for watching. And we'll see you all next week.
Woohoo!